Andretti's one step closer to the Formula 1 grid, but what future does it hold, and who could be its drivers? The shocking departures of team principal Guenther Steiner and Simone Resta have raised major questions over Haas's trajectory in F1, and could Gene Haas be selling the Haas F1 team? Or does he have intention to stay in the sport? Find out here, all you need to know. With questions raised over the direction of his team, owner Gene Haas has reacted to speculation that he could be looking to sell the team, to Andretti maybe? At the same time, he has intention to stay in the sport. We are also going to discuss whether Andretti and Haas's future is interdependent in the current scenario, who will be in the grid next season. Steiner's departure, coupled with the reported recent exit of technical director Simone Resta, could herald new dynamics in Formula 1. This change may open opportunities for new teams like Andretti Cadillac, indicating a potentially exciting period of transition and opportunity in the sport. Let's rush through today's fast-paced roundup. Steiner played an instrumental role in the founding of Haas F1 Team, which made its debut in the 2016 season. And the first American-led F1 team in 3 decades, Haas, under Steiner's guidance, quickly became known for its pragmatic approach and competitive spirit. Drawing on his extensive experience from previous roles with Jaguar and Red Bull, Steiner was crucial in setting up the team's operations, forging essential partnerships and establishing strategic foundations such as its partnership with Ferrari as a satellite team. His tenure saw Haas making a significant impact in the sport, often outperforming expectations for a new team. Steiner is the third most interviewed personality after Horner and Williams. Steiner's departure from Haas came just months after he sat down with Thomas Mayer for an exclusive interview at the British Grand Prix. He spoke about all matters, including, as it happened, the prospect of leaving the team one day. How fascinating to read back over these words now. If the moment to leave comes tomorrow, I'm fine. I have no regrets. Long before he became a star of stage, screen and bookshelf as Haas team boss, Steiner was involved in the early development of Red Bull's Formula 1 project. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has revealed why Steiner was moved on, featuring a remarkable parallel to his departure from Haas. Guenther was and is a character, but it was obvious he wasn't a technical leader, Horner said. This season has been bad for Haas, the only American team in Formula 1. It is last in the team competition, having scored just 12 points in the year's first 20 races, and it's not just this season in which it has struggled. In the past 5 years, it has finished last or next to last 3 times. In 2021, the team didn't even score a point. Here we are in our 8th year, over 160 races, but we have never had a podium. The last couple of years we've been 10th or 9th. I'm not sitting here saying it's Guenther's fault or anything like that, but it just seems like this was an appropriate time to make a change and try a different direction, because it doesn't seem like continuing with what we had is really going to work, says Gene Haas in an exclusive interview with the reporter Craig Slater of Sky Sports. Maybe because of the poor performances that Gene Haas, its founder and owner, who had already considered selling or even closing the team in 2020, one of those second to last year, but he changed his mind because of changes Formula 1 made to its financial structure that help the weaker teams. The biggest thing that convinced Gene to stay with the budget cap and the distribution of the prize fund more equally, Steiner said, referring to changes to Formula 1's prize money pots, which also started for 2021 and rewards more money to less successful teams. But this time, Gene Haas tried a different option, so Steiner's contract as team principal was not renewed for the next season. Mr. Haas has revealed that he, as the owner of the only American team in the F1 grid currently, was approached too by the investors. We have had outside investors come in and they wanted to talk to us, he said, but Gene Haas turned down Hollywood investments. Eyebrows were raised last year when a consortium of American investors, including Hollywood star Ryan Reynolds, acquired a 24% stake in the Alpine F1 team. Now that Steiner is gone, a change of principal would hopefully be a better option, and it's not too big of a surprise that the experienced Ayo Komatsu replaced Guenther Steiner at Haas, as it has become a trend in F1 for team bosses to come from engineering ranks. Komatsu, who has until recently been Haas's director of engineering, steps up to the job after a lengthy career in the garage, as team boss Gene Haas was quoted as saying, "In appointing Ayo Komatsu as team principal, we fundamentally have engineering at the heart of our management." Further, he says, "I'm looking forward to working with Ayo and fundamentally ensuring that we maximize our potential. This truly reflects my desire to compete properly in Formula 1. Haas's views clarify the benefits of having an engineer at the top. Nowadays, team principals are not coming from the boardroom, they're coming from the pit wall. And this is a shining example of how great the transition can be. Ayo Komatsu is looking forward. He says, "We are a performance-based business. We obviously haven't been competitive enough recently, which has been a source of frustration for us all." Meanwhile, Michael Andretti's proposed Formula 1 entry has been a consistent talking point ever since the ex-racer revealed his plans to join the grid. Following a careful examination of its bid, the FIA is satisfied that the American team has the financial and technical resources to compete in Formula 1 for the long term. This is not the end of the story, because Andretti also has to deal with FOM, which is a bigger hurdle than getting through the FIA's initial application process, as FOM also has to look after the interest of 10 existing teams which are against Andretti joining the grid at current terms. F1 teams have largely been against Andretti's entry due to fears over its impact on the end-of-year revenue payouts. If Andretti were to join as an 11th expansion team, it would mean that the current prize pool divided by the teams, over $1 billion, would have to be shared with an extra party, and therefore the current teams would see their slice of the pie shrink. Andretti is confident that through raising sponsorship and through marketing spend from his partner Cadillac, his team will actually bring in additional revenue to the point where the existing teams won't lose any income. It is now up to Andretti and the GM brand to convince FOM that it will grow the pie rather than slice it into more pieces. If Andretti was to be given the green light to form an 11th F1 team, its exact arrival on the grid is still imprecise. Speaking at the recent United States Grand Prix, Michael Andretti expressed his preference for a 2025 debut, but in a recent tweet he said that "My biggest concern is when we go to Bahrain, we need to show up with a car that is ready to go. We are hopeful that Haas is soon going to uncover its hidden potential. There will be plenty more back and forth on this issue. It is notable that Michael Andretti has been much quieter in public recently than he was at the start of 2023, when he clumsily called F1's teams greedy for showing any opposition to the prospect of his team joining the grid. But it feels like both sides have plenty of volleys left to fire across the bow of the other before this gets resolved." Now you will be thinking, who could drive for Andretti in Formula 1? Michael Andretti has made no secret of his desire to field at least one American driver, and has named Colton Herta as his ideal candidate. Herta currently races for Andretti's IndyCar squad, and is a strong favourite for a drive in F1. Herta would need to win the 2024 IndyCar Championship in order to secure a super license in that time for the start of the 2025 season, as first place is the only position that awards the necessary 40 points for F1. Colton Herta has issued an update on his quest to secure a Formula 1 drive in the future. While Herta still has an eye on making the move to F1 in the near future, the 23-year-old asserted that his primary focus is currently on IndyCar. "I think it's very time sensitive. I'm probably at the highest age that I could probably go over there with a team, maybe besides Andretti," he said. "I don't have anything to report on their side of things. I think their goal is still to get a Formula 1 team, and they're still trying to. If that happens, we'll have to see what timeline that is, and how old I'll be and where I am at my life at that point. So for me, really just the main focus right now is IndyCar, and we'll see where it goes." Logan Sargent is one American super license holder that could be available if Herta can't get in. What do you think is the better option for Andretti? What future of Haas do you expect with the current new boss? What is your opinion? Hurry up and let us know by leaving a comment in the comments box.